Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in, because in this video we're going to take a close look at the gaming soundbar of Battletron. We have the stores called the Action. I think in some countries we may have something similar. But Battletron is a lineup of cheap stuff and I really love it. Cheap stuff with RGB lighting and sometimes some pretty decent sound. Nevertheless, this is the new version of the Battletron gaming soundbar. It's a tiny soundbar that you can put underneath your monitor or television. But in this video I just want to particularly check out what can we actually do with it and is it any good for your money. I really love the stuff of the Action. It's always sometimes a hit or miss. That is something they take consideration. I have products laying around that has been laying around for years and been using a lot. But sometimes it's not sounding great or it's really rubbish. Nevertheless, what we're going to get, let's do a quick unboxing together. So when it comes to the packaging, they are also having like these double measurements when it comes for stealing products, or I guess it's actually for that. So the first is this piece of plastic that we need to remove, and the next thing is that they glue the freaking box. I love to keep boxes in my collection, but I can tell you it's quite challenging to unbox these things because they are completely glued in the inside. I do have some cool tricks for it to open it up, and it seems to be working with this one. I'm getting a knife, being very gentle, and slide it and basically like cut through the inside of the glue. That's it. This is what we're going to get in the inside. But let's do a quick unboxing and let's also chit chat about specifications today, because I'm curious what are we actually going to get with this new generation of soundbars from the Action and Battletron. Let's talk about the information on the box. RGB lights with around 8 LED modes, input, Bluetooth and aux. We have touch button at the top and we do have a volume control knob that also is with LED function. But okay, so what are we going to get with the soundbar? Let's take a close look at the deluxe toilet paper manual that we're going to get with the product itself. So let's zoom in on the specification list. So when it comes to the soundbar, yeah, Bluetooth version 5.3, 3.5mm jack. But what is interesting, it comes with 5 watts 2 times, and yeah, interesting. It will not sound amazing, but it is more enough 4 ohm impedance. Nevertheless, specification and overall, it's just okay, similar to the previous models we have reviewed. But comparing this with the older model, I must say that this thing looks way better. Also, they're not using a lot of plastic, they're using more cardboard that we can recycle. So, hey, extra kudos for them. Nevertheless, on top we're going to get ourselves the touch button. The cable is 160 centimeters long, so it's quite long. The USB is quite confusing, that is only for powering on the USB connection. On the bottom we're going to get ourselves a very nice grip. And the way I over it, the overall, let's say the way how it is made is way better. So yeah, the USB, you need to use it in your PC or for example a 5-volt charger. You can do that. I also will do this in this video. And what you can do is like connect it and this purely for powering on. So if you're going to plug it into a PC, nope, it doesn't work. You need a 3.5 jack out. And that's basically how you're going to provide it with the audio. Overall, the front with the fabric is very nicely. And I would say the overall quality feels quite nice. Also for the volume knob. We don't have the cheap feel that we have in the past. The overall quality, I must say, I'm very surprised for the money you're paying for it. And then we're going to get ourselves the 2 touch buttons. One for the Bluetooth function that we can switch between aux and Bluetooth, and the RGB light function. We're also going to test out the Bluetooth function. There's a function we don't have at every single Battletron soundbar, so I think it's a very cool addition. If you want to stream some music to the soundbar that is underneath your television, for example, you can just do this. And the first part, yeah, well, let's also try out the aux and let's power on. The LED function itself, I must say that I find it very nicely made, because the RGB is not an overkill that we've seen in previous models. It's just very nicely there, and if you want to, you can shut it off. You have different kind of RGB modes, 8 in total. And I must say that if you just want to have like a soundbar that looks nice and just want to have an extra cool, let's say, feature to it, I think all of these things will be implemented when it comes to this particular soundbar. But let's give you a quick look of the LED functionality. So when you're looking at it, it's not like a super dark room, but you can already that it's noticeable at the bottom part. I already mentioned that we do have different functions, 8 of them, and they look kind of cool. But also, if you just want to have a little bit of lighting, what I do like is the volume knob LEDs. That looks also amazing. You have different features when it comes to the RGB light itself. You can just hold it, but so far nothing happens, so you can only touch it once. But the overall touch quality, I must say I like it. It works very well. The only thing I've noticed with this soundbar, and that's kind of weird, when you're going to move the volume knob, let's say the on and off switch, up to the point that it's going to get a signal, so it's actually like powering on and also giving you some volume. It's a very long, let's say, distance between the on and off switch and the volume control. It's kind of interesting, but also kind of weird, and we need to move this thing all the way up for getting something going on. You can already see the LEDs, there is a function that will respond to the audio itself. So, and overall it's not bad. And the combination with the LED behind the volume is absolutely cool. I don't know, it's really noticeable when it comes to the recording, because it's very difficult to capture, but there is some minor differences when you're seeing of the brightness of the LEDs. And for a cheap box, it's kind of cool that they implemented a feature like this. I was quite surprised to see that it also comes with a Bluetooth functionality. For the people who really love it. Nevertheless, I think that is something you don't see very often with the soundbar. Again, sometimes you do have this option, especially when it comes to the cheap soundbars of the Action with Battletron, and some they don't have any Bluetooth at all, and you need to connect it to a device, a phone or just a PC. So it's absolutely an extra if you love the Bluetooth functionality. And again, when you're looking at the price point of the soundbar compared with the other models, it's not like a huge difference. So it's an extra bonus, but if you're not going to use it, it's also not going to be a waste of money at all. But I just wanted to check out the audio and just hear how it sounds. With 10 watts in total, yeah, I'm just going to be honest, it's not going to be sounding really amazing. Compared with some, let's say 55 expensive television, this is not really actually an upgrade. We're also going to talk about where is this for and who in the end, but let's give you a quick sample. But nevertheless, when it comes to the Battletron soundbar, I was already expecting, let's say, the audio quality like the previous models. 2 times 5 watts, it's not a lot. You cannot expect a lot from it, but where do you need to put this thing? So first of all, I think if you're having a 24 inch or 27 inch monitor and you need a simple speaker, this is just great. You can even stream your music through Bluetooth to the speaker itself. And it's a cool feature. If you love the RGB lighting, it's going to be an absolutely great addition to your gaming setup. I think it's a very cool piece of equipment, but if you have like a 55-inch television, this soundbar does look kind of weird, to be honest, and a little bit too small in my opinion. There are a lot of cool, let's say, applications you can use this for, and then for the money, we cannot really complain, and that's something I will say a lot, simply because it's true. Thank you all for watching, let me know what you think of this, and it will be great to see you in the next video.